The arcade is in disbelief.
Red accents, red accents. Again, if I had $1 for every release in Amsterdam.
It has been requested that I inform you that we are just lay people. We are not affiliated with Free Play Corporate and its subsidiaries in any way. Our opinions are our own and amazing and accurate.
Yes.
So that's true of all of us. And Free Play only begrudgingly lets us tell you them. I'm just kidding. They're cool. They're cool. But if we say something crazy, don't sue them.
Yeah. It's just us.
It's a good disclaimer.
Come at us. Mostly
come at
because I don't care.
Toya-san is in the house.
Mike, start your comedy routine.
So bring it back to me real quick.
I am drunk. Some well-timed spam there.
Red accents, red accents, red accents.
This is the only time I'm going to do this.
Red accents, red accents.
Oh, hey, look, we're on.
No, you're not. Not yet. Welcome to the show. This is the Red Accents Comedy Show, where we're doing lots of good stuff for the Free Play arcades. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, one of them, I guess. Chase Cole in the Snow Cone officially licensed shirt.
It's unofficial.
Is somebody talking? Next to me is Michael Beltran.
Hey, how's it going, TV land? It is I, Mike B. We, Red Accents, we are coming at you live from the hallowed grounds of Free Play Arcade, Richardson, Texas, where I am next to an unauthorized T-shirt of me.
Unauthorized. Got 2 words for you. Snow Cone.
Yes.
That's the second time I said it.
That is the second time you say
right
it,
on.
yes.
Okay. Well, here at Red Accents, we like to talk about what's going on at the arcade, what's going on in our minds. You, the viewer, are welcome to participate. Holler at us in the chat. I am watching you in the chat. So please, holler at us. User Interactive Show.
He is watching you.
Speaking of users, Mike,
Yes.
we would love to know your Snow Cone scoop of the week.
Yes.
Starting now.
Starting now. Well, let me just kind of rearrange some of the verbiage that was just said.
Oh, look at
This
that.
is-
Oh, snap.
This is not snow cone scoops. These are just little fun facts
Whoa.
that I, Mike, will be providing you from time to time. This week's facts are not about snow cones, but they are about Tetris.
Oh, Tetris. Okay.
Yes, Tetris, where recently Tetris celebrated a birthday anniversary, right?
How old?
Well, the game was released in the arcade in 1989. No, 88.
Gotta
88.
be older than that.
No, it was about around that time, actually. Now, what we're going to focus on briefly is when the game was ported.
1984.
84.
Come on, man.
Okay, 84. But when
We're
the
doing it
game
live.
when the game was ported
June 6th. Yeah.
to the Nintendo,
That's when it really took off.
that's
yeah.
when it really
Right.
took off. Many people are familiar with the Tetris version on Game Boy. Many people are obviously
yes.
familiar with the Tetris version on NES. However, what some people may not know was another company by the name of Tengen
Tengen Tetris.
put out Tetris as well.
Yes.
And that caused a big stink with Nintendo. So much so,
So was it a cartridge? What
It-
was Tengen out on?
Tengen was a cartridge. They put out a whole series of games that had a unique black cartridge to them.
Yes.
Gold
like
labels.
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Super Sprint was another. That was a fun game right there.
Nice.
Along with Tetris. And would you believe that they went to court over that? And if history serves me right, there were roughly about 100,000 copies of the game made. They went to court. Nintendo said, we have the rights to that. The judge ruled in Nintendo's favor. And a lot of those copies were pulled from the shelves, destroyed, or whatever the case may be.
So that's a rare game.
It is a rare
You got
game.
a Tengen Tetris, you're probably looking at $1,000, right?
No, not so much. Not so much $1,000. but
10,000.
Maybe
A million.
quite a. Let's go maybe about 10,000 less.
Like Tree Fitty.
We'll go with that.
All right.
Maybe for a complete set with box manual, the whole thing, right? Tree Fitty. But I am proud to say I do own one of those said copies.
Oh, so you have about Tree Fitty
I have.
in your bank account.
I used to have about Tree Fitty until I bought that game. No. But I do own that game, and that version actually is very close to the Atari version that was released in the arcade. I do enjoy that version just as much as I do the Nintendo one.
So the people at home, they really want to know, what does Tetris mean?
What does Tetris mean?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, let's see.
I mean, I know this.
You know this.
Go ahead.
Go.
We've got about an hour and 5 minutes left. So.
We do. We have plenty of time. I actually forgot what it meant.
Okay.
I forgot what it meant. Go ahead. and
So
tell
if you've got your, let's say, the entire bottom is lined up, except for the little section there on the side, and you have a long piece. You go down, you get 4 lines at once.
Yes.
That is known as a Tetris.
Yes.
With the root tetra, meaning 4.
4.
That is what your Tetris meaning is. It's what it is. I didn't know what it was. I'd played Tetris like my whole life.
Yes.
And just wanted to know one day, like,
See, the cool thing about this scoop segment that is not named Snow Cones is a lot of these facts come from my
It
head.
is scoops, though, huh?
They come from my head from just memory alone. I did not remember, though,
Oh,
what
so-
Tetris meant originally.
So you're just winging it
That's what we
for
do.
the show. That's what I signed up for.
That's what we do here. We wing
Oh,
wing
sorry,
things.
folks. All right.
Yeah, we wing it.
I'll
We
try
wing
not
it.
to shake you this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We wing it, though. We wing it.
Very much winging it. Tetris is in your top 10?
Favorite game?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
It's got to be in the top 10. You know, we're not here to make a top 10 list. Again, there's only an hour and 2 minutes left, but let's
That'll be for the next show.
in IGN's 100 greatest video games in 2007, it was ranked second. As of 2019, moved down to 7th place. Thanks to Wikipedia, collectively all games in the franchise have sold 170 million copies, 70 million physical, and 100 million copies on which market?
The move your hand. I can't see. That would be the U.S. market.
Mobile phones.
Mobile phones.
These right here, folks. Yes.
You mean you can play Tetris on your
You
mobile
can play
phone?
Tetris on your mobile phone.
Get
You can-
outta here.
You can do anything on
Wow.
your mobile phone.
Get out of
I
here.
would say certainly on Android. iPhones, I'm not so sure about, but
I have Android.
that's their problem. Mike's
Aw.
an Android. We got 2 Android guys running a podcast. That's
Unheard
that's
of.
super good.
That is unheard of.
Toya
Technology.
Kai prefers shaved ice. Comments.
Shaved ice? Is it from Sonic?
It's
The Sonic ice is the best.
I know it's not a snow cone, so I'm definitely shaky with that. Well, that's your snow cone scoop of the day, and we're all out of time, so we'll see you next. All right,
Thought we had an hour still.
we've got an hour and 50 seconds left, and
What was
Tiger,
that? What was that?
Tiger, wait a minute, we got something for that.
That was an awesome transition. I didn't see all of it, but I definitely can't wait to see that again.
Nice,
I think-
nice drops there.
Toya probably just threw her computer against the wall after hearing that.
Well, we've got some high score challenges this month. One on a very popular piece of media, the other on not so popular, but it has a cult following. Let's go first to our pinball. Monthly, we're looking at The Hobbit.
Yes, The Hobbit. I have yet to try out to get my score on that.
No score yet.
Yeah, no score just yet, but we still have a couple more weeks left in the month.
Where can we play that? Producer, is that here?
That game is, I believe, in
We're going to have to walk 15
Arlington.
feet to find out.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
stuck. I'm stuck.
Yeah.
But Arlington for sure, which is your pinball hub right now in Free Play Universe. Hobbit on your screen. There we go. Direct from the page from the community group. Looking good.
That's a nice looking pinball table.
You know, it's pinball. I'm very lucky to belong and frequent this arcade where we get to play pinball for free, essentially, when it's so expensive to maintain. So shout out to our techs here. Matt Johnson comes to mind working the Pinball Monday tournaments and keeping everything tip-top shape because you got to get out of there on time. You know, those things, they take a lot of work. So shout outs to anybody who's ever touched the table under the glass there. We salute you.
That's right.
Have you seen The Hobbit?
I have not seen The Hobbit.
You've not seen The
I
Hobbit?
have not seen The
Man,
Hobbit.
we should have skipped this week.
No.
All right. Well,
I'm too busy playing Street Fighter.
there's something called HFR that when it ever comes back to the movies, I think Avatar's doing it. HFR is how you need to see it. It's where they show it like at 60 frames per second, and it looks like you're there, and it looks crazy.
Okay.
So if you ever see a movie marketed with HFR, it's like a must-see thing because this came out in HFR, 5 years ago, and nothing has done it since. So
Interesting. Okay.
high frame rate, you've got to check it out. I mean, the fire looks like fire. They're right there, man. It's
Well, see, little things like that, you know, hey, that makes you more inclined to see it if you know little tidbits.
Yeah,
like that. I didn't know that.
HFR, and there's no home television systems that can do that. So, also we got Let's Go Jungle. Have you played Let's Go Jungle for our arcade challenge? Have you ever played it?
I slept in it once.
Details.
Well,
Don't leave us hanging.
that was during the Tapper. Speaking of Tapper, the Tapper world record attempt.
Tapper World Record. We had Let's Go then, or was it Jurassic Park?
Oh, you know what?
You slept in the Lost World, I bet.
It may have been Jurassic. It was one of those. Yeah, you know what?
Hmm.
It was Jurassic Park.
Shooting raptors in your sleep during
Yeah.
the 24-hour run.
Yeah.
Lauren Featherstone, of course, we'll get to her in a moment. But Let's Go Jungle's it's a fun little game. It's been featured on Free Play's Game of the Week recently on YouTube. Definitely worth checking out. You're here in our arcade. I know that they have a stand-up one here in Richardson, and they're going to have a sit-down at Arlington. Just a cool game to play with somebody. Definitely grab somebody and just play through it a little bit. It's got little spiders and dinosaurs and just all kind of stuff that you're not going to see every day. At least us. You might see it sometimes, but
Well, I mean,
we don't.
I don't go to the jungle, but I'm assuming those items are in the jungle.
I hear they have fun in games.
They do. They absolutely do.
Cool. HD Atomica says that HFR gave him motion sickness, and yeah, that might happen. I mean, I'm definitely an old man now. I will try to bear it, and we'll get back to you in 2021 on Red Accents 2006.
I've yet to
episode.
experience a game that would give me motion sickness.
No, we're talking about the Hobbit HFR in theaters.
Well, either. Oh no, there was. Oh gosh, what was that movie? There was a movie that actually did give me motion
A
sickness.
movie, not a game.
But anyways, that just popped in my head. I'll have to tell you that story later when I remember the movie.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
something about.
Tiger shots.
Golly, it's gonna bother me now for the rest of the day. So I remember
Yeah.
what movie that was.
We're so bothered. Well,
I am.
our scavenger hunt this week, it's our weekly challenge where you get to find something in the arcade that we just say, hey, go find this. And you're going to find it every time. It's your opportunity to be creative. Weekly scavenge challenge this week is Tapper Queen. It's reference to Lauren Featherstone's historic run 2 years ago. One of the greatest moments in the arcade's history. I mean, just think about that, the legacy this place has. Like opening the doors, Lauren's Tapper run, Spring Series. She holds one of the greatest single moments, and really it was a 24-hour-long moment. And
Absolutely.
just cool, the arcade. You were sleeping in Jurassic Park, Lost World. And,
I was there for it.
we
I
were
was proud to say I
playing
was
all
there
kind of
for it.
soundtracks, getting banned from Twitch, not uploading the 24-hour run because it's a 24-hour-long video. Footage is out there. I'm sure that we have like a 25 gig video or something like that. It might be bigger, and might be worth dicing, apart. Maybe I can set the world record for watching the whole thing in one sitting.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be great. Let's do that for episode 2.
Hey,
You got time?
I got plenty of time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just give me
I have so much time. Well,
a 2-day advance notice.
you're supposed to find a queen, a beer, or both. Where are you going for these items? Go. Tapper's not allowed. It's not there.
A queen?
No tapper. No.
Does Miss Pac-Man count? She's the queen of the arcade.
Come on, man. I mean, sure.
I mean, she is the queen. That is the queen of all arcades. right
Dang,
there.
he's looking straight ahead and he got one. Now I'm not prepared. I got
She's the queen.
nothing. Beer, you could head for The Simpsons. I know stage 2. You're gonna
Barney.
get every scavenger hunt item. I'm pretty sure you can find in The Simpsons. That should be somebody's bit.
Yeah.
Where they just post from The Simpsons every time.
Well,
You can go so deep in that game and you can find every single scavenger hunt item ever.
Well, that was kind of like a Ray's bit not too long ago, where any scavenger hunt he like forcibly made Cammy.
Yeah, hashtag where's Cammy, Ray?
Yeah.
Bring her back.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention. If he's been still posting it, good for him. Well,
Oh, you can get a beer in Final Fight.
Final Fight's got beers. It
Yeah.
regenerates your health, just like in real life.
Absolutely.
Just like a David Lightman does. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
That's right. Golly. I'm still bothered by that movie.
Lauren's
Yeah.
historic Tapper run, not falling asleep. What do you recall? What's a moment? What's a game that you played? Did you share a moment with the queen herself? I wasn't there. I was definitely unable to attend for sure.
Yeah. So
And
a moment from that 24-hour period?
yeah, what do you got?
Oh, man.
One of those 24 hours.
Yeah. I do recall, because Jurassic Park was uncomfortable to sleep in, I do recall getting some of the bar stools that has the nice padding cushion,
Yes.
lining about 5 of them up side by side,
Yep.
and laying on that to get like maybe a 15-minute nap.
Yeah, I remember that in the video actually. That James took, I believe,
That wasn't
James Wallingford, I think.
yeah, that wasn't one of my better ideas, but it did serve purpose for that point in time.
You got your second wind.
But no, I mean actually seeing hello, and we're back. Seeing
We're back.
seeing that actual world record take place. I mean, just overall, just the whole being part of history, that whole type of thing. I mean, that was really cool to be a part of right there. Really was. I mean, just overall,
2 years ago, Lauren no longer holds the record in very, I don't know, unceremonious, not as fun fashion. It was taken
Yes.
back by the old record holder. William Rosa is the owner of the record, and Lauren's not done. It's just a matter of will, where you can sit down and get that again. So she's got to gather her energy, do a little bit of training, get the strength. I mean, you got to make it count. But I'm sure we will go on the air at some point. May not be this year, next year. It will be sometime. Lauren's going to have that record back. And there is the queen herself being cheered on, breaking the record live from Free Play Arts, and she just did it.
She did it again.
Oh, no, that's archive footage.
That's archive
Sorry.
footage, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
There it is. Wow.
Yeah, I figured we would have gone live with that. Oh, we got the mustaches in the background. The Arcade Faithful, 14 million, just letting the lives leak away. And she is so tired at that point, but kept alive by her friends and her music and our culture here. What a beautiful thing to see. Well, we've got a new segment here in our first episode. It's called the Morning Announcements at Night. Now, what are we going to do with the morning announcements at night? It's definitely way light outside, but it's night, basically. Would you call this night?
Evening.
This is the evening. The morning announcements at evening. Here in the Red Accents podcast, we're going to talk about some arcade happenings. We had our ST Unday. Is it Stun Day?
Stun Day.
We call it Stun Day. Okay, just making sure. Had to check with the authority. Were you in attendance? It would have been last weekend, the 7th, right?
Yes, I was not here for that one. I was here for the previous one. I had a prior engagement to attend to that Sunday when it happened, but I was not here for the tournament. I was here briefly for the start of it, though. I was here for the start of it, and then I left.
Seeing some footage here from it now. A David Butler and a David Jackson. I know that our scene is one of the best in the entire country. How do you feel about us mixing it up with a SoCal, with Japan? Are we ready?
I think we're overall. I tell you what, obviously, I'm known to joke around from time to time,
Straight
but
up.
but I will say this. I would say since maybe this year's Spring Series to now, I believe we're starting to catch up with East and West Coast that have been well represented throughout the years for ST. Granted, those guys have years more experience playing ST at a high level than we do. Roughly we are at 3, but we're definitely starting to bridge the gap just a little bit. We're getting there.
Looks like we had 32 players in the bracket, no drops. 32 players in the bracket. I mean, when you can get that at a monthly, at a game that's over 25 years old now, we hold our heads high all the time. It's a great scene to be a part of. This time we had Now taking it. Looks like this is our... looks like DGK went up 1-0, but Now was able to turn it on. This would have been the winner's finals match, it looks like.
See, the story goes is that the reason why I wasn't here for it is because I had a prior engagement, and I got second place in the last month's Stun Day tournament. I lost to our very own Boat Guy. So to seek my revenge, I paid Now to drive in from Kansas.
Tree Fitty?
Tree 50
Tension cartridge?
and a Tengen cartridge. It wasn't Tetris, though. It was Super Sprint.
Super Sprint.
To take him out. Either way, Bolt Guy didn't win.
Are
it.
you a heel?
Always a heel.
He's definitely the.
I'm always a heel. Nobody likes me.
mess with the bad guy.
No, nobody likes me.
Well, now I'm taking his Sunday victory over Jesse James in the grand finals. DGK, great performance there.
Yes,
Third place.
he's our breakout star. I was pulling for him to win it last month.
Upstart.
He's our breakout star
Up
right there.
and comer.
Yes.
Making waves nationally. Good for Mr. DGK.
That's right.
We also hosted a kids tournament that day, as well as
I didn't enter that one.
we hosted one yesterday as well. But you did not enter the kids tournament.
No, I didn't. I didn't enter that one.
Why not?
I showed.
I didn't murder a small child.
I don't murder kids, contrary to popular belief. But something about my ID and age requirement didn't fit the bill.
The reigning champion not in attendance last Sunday, July 7th. We had instead Jagger in town, the 1 seed, and proving it, taking it over everybody undefeated. Jagger at age 16, still tournament legal. Little bit younger than Mike here, so he was able to compete.
Yes, he was.
Rockin' Osagat, and
You know,
there's Mr. Jagger up there on your screen now.
you know, while he's in town, I might, if I get a chance, take him under my wing, just like I took DGK under my wing, and show him the honest ways.
So
of Sagat.
you're responsible for DGK.
Not entirely, but let's just say
I was gonna get you to claim that.
not entirely.
no.
He chose him on his own. I didn't tell him
He's
to
been
choose
working
him.
right. Yeah, why would anybody choose this
You know,
character right here?
but you know, I'd like to take my prospects, show them the way a little bit, you know, and set them on their own, flourish on their own.
Got you. All right.
And that's what DGK is doing right now. He is flourishing. He is spreading his wings and flying like a tiger.
Like a what?
Like a tiger.
Oh, tiger shot. Oh, snap. Oh, producers on fire. Morning announcements at night. Evening continues. Quick hit. We are heading to Denton for the Wheel of Fighters tournament. Have you won that one?
I've come close to winning that. And you know what? I must say,
I've got a second place myself.
yes.
Hurts.
Yes.
Hurts my little yellow side of my heart.
Yeah, didn't you lose to your rival on that one? The Golden Standard?
No, I lost to Matt Johnson one time on the when the Killer Instinct was the loaded place on the wheel. Can we get a new wheel? But the loaded place on the wheel does make for some interesting controversy. We're still talking about it. I'm still salty.
Yeah.
Gotta love the Wheel of Fighters. If you're unfamiliar, you come in, you get a partner, and you spin the wheel, you make the deal, and you get a random game to compete against. We bring out some wild entries for those. Sometimes games that aren't fighting games at all. Sometimes you get on WrestleFest. Man, that same night I played Jeremy Golden on WrestleFest. That was classic. Oh my God, that should have been on stream. We were just mashing the crap out of the A button, man.
I should have been there for that. I mean,
Yes.
me and Chris are secretly
Oh, I know
tag
it.
team champions
Yes.
at WrestleFest.
You guys are the tag champs.
We are tag
That needs to
champs.
be a bounty. Y'all need to come in your masks one day and get down, like challenge the whole city. Win the cabinet challenge. Mike's got it. Mike's got it in the bag. Nobody's taking the cabinet.
That's right.
He is the champ. Who do you pick?
Ultimate Warrior.
The Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior. That Wheel of Fire.
Hogan.
That's right.
You know something, Hulk Hogan.
I do like it when I see your beautiful baby Hogan, because I always go into Hogan brother voice whenever I see him and talk to him.
Yeah. He'll. I'm sure he'll be our third co-host at some point.
Absolutely.
Wait, hold on.
Mike,
Yeah,
start
but-
your comedy routine.
I don't have a comedy routine, but you know, I will say this: Ultimate Warrior was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up, and there was one Halloween where I did dress up as the Ultimate Warrior. I had the face paint. I had the shoestrings on my biceps that were maybe 2 inches at that time, as I was a little boy walking around getting. Yeah. I didn't beat Colin with the flex at age 10 or 12, however old I was at that time. But yes, Ultimate Warrior was one of my favorites growing up, you know. And then when WrestleFest came out, oh man, that was no brainer. It was
You gotta pick them.
You gotta pick them,
Right.
You know. But Wheel of Fighters, that whole concept itself, I mean, it's designed to create chaos.
It's the brainchild of Ian Byland. Just said, hey, you know, there should be a wheel where you just play random fighters.
Yeah.
And then we did it, and it's a fan favorite.
It really is.
It's a favorite of us regulars here. So
It is, because you know, you spin the wheel, just like Chase said. You make the deal. You don't know what game you're gonna get. You could get a game that you're good at, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna win this. And then you could get something random, like some random King of Fighters game that nobody's plays except for Chewy, and then you know, you could win or lose at it. I don't know. You know, it's just crazy. Do we have people?
HD
chatting
Atomica, you know something mean, Gene.
That's right. Well, you know something mean, Gene.
Sorry, headphone users.
Oh my. Yes.
All right. Well,
Sorry, headphone users.
yeah, Wheel of Fighters, come check us out in Denton. Vampire Savior is in 1 week here in Richardson, becoming a large followed, like a largely participated game here at Richardson and other locations. Vampire Savior gets some love, and it should. It's still played competitively to this day. There's scenes in Japan. We got a little one budding in North Texas here. At the large fighting game tournaments, like your EVO, you're going to have a Vampire Savior side event. And
It was also at Texas Showdown this year.
oh, right, yeah.
This year, yes, it was.
Hosted by Vampire Arcadia. A solid stream.
That's right.
Preceding the Super Turbo stream. Yeah, you had Vampire Savior.
It's definitely fun to watch. I mean, that game, you know, I don't know too much about it, but from what I have seen and played, I mean, it's just so smooth, and the graphics
Beautiful
and the colors.
sprite work,
I mean,
yes.
it just pops out at
Comes
you.
out in the golden age of the 2D fighter from Capcom. Sprites popping. We've got an arcade perfect setup. You're not going to lag here. You're not. And with folks playing this online on Fightcade, we would love to have you out to one of our events. So come check us out. Vampire Savior will be played lag-free. We got a couple of very skilled players coming out to these, and I'm sure they'd love to play you.
Absolutely.
So come check us out at Vampire Savior.
Come one, come all.
We have a Summer Nights Brewery event, which is this Friday, tomorrow night?
It is, gosh.
Wednesday
yes.
night,
Is
which
it
is
one?
not
Yeah,
tomorrow
Wednesday.
night.
Yeah.
But Wednesday night, you're going to have a brewery event. This is your free t-shirt alert and warning. If you come out and you listen to the man on the microphone and you do what he says, you will walk away with a t-shirt. There has never been a failure in that instance, so come out, play some games with us, come get a free t-shirt, come drink some beer that we will be proudly featuring the Real Ale Brewing Company of Blanco, Texas. Mike, what does Blanco mean?
White.
I almost had him. Folks. Mike, are you familiar with the pink roads and the pink asphalt in Blanco, Texas?
I'd like to be. That looks pretty cool.
I know. We ought to go. We ought to plan a trip to the brewer there. Hill Country Ales. So I don't drink beer all too much, but except when things like this happen.
I'm drunk.
I remember that day.
But whenever
That was rare Chase cold form
when I had
right
a
there.
sip of the extremely stout beer that we were featuring that day.
And that's all it
And
took.
I ain't drunk. So
That's all it took. One
just
sip.
one sip.
And it was
David
on.
Lightman, eat your heart out for a stout beer.
It was
but
on and popping that night.
anyway, the closer the beer is to you, the better that it's going to be. And that goes for food, goes for water, that goes for arcade games, right? All these homegrown arcade games here. So if you got beer that's local, like most of the beer here is at Free Play, you got us featuring it. Wednesday nights, you like t-shirts. If you wear shirts, come on out and come see us. This is at Richardson, sir.
You know, I'm hoping.
Richardson?
Yes.
Richardson,
Yes, that is in
where we are currently
Yes, where we are currently. What I'm hoping for is,
by the Sears.
free free play puts out awesome apparel, as far as T-shirts. They go and coincide with cool events, things like that, or you can just purchase a cool free play T-shirt. I'm going to start the petition, since we're in the summer, to get a free play tank top.
Free play tank top.
That'd be cool. A free play tank top.
Free play tank top.
Yeah.
May be at Arlington right now.
Really?
We will go check
Really?
during the commercial break. Oh.
Oh my. Oh my.
The event is in Arlington.
I was about to say, if we have tank tops, no one told me? What's going
Man,
on
where
here?
are we here? Okay.
I'd even settle for a nice cutoff.
Oh boy. Favorite free play T-shirt.
The original, the black and yellow. The original free play.
Black and yellow with the Galaga on it?
Yeah, with the guy. Well, there's been a couple of variations on it, but that template right there, to me, that's the best looking T-shirt. To me, right there. That one that set the tone of, what free play is. Like, it's a retro looking
It was
T-shirt.
a cool shirt. Desiree's got one. I'm pretty jealous.
Yeah.
They were just clearing out the warehouse, and they're like, "Oh, we still got this one." She's like, "Oh yeah, let me have that." So yeah, she's got that one in our household. I do like these homegrown T-shirts, like is on display right here.
Oh, this one.
As procured. That's pretty cool. There's a great free play podcast on the T-shirts that's worth checking out. And of course, the day they release it, it's dated because we got more shirts now. There's a rad T-shirt, which I'm sure you can pick up. Is that the summer T-shirt right now? There's not another
That was it. It was like Miami Vice looking.
Yeah, because it
rad.
got the Vice colors, and it's gonna say rad because we had the original Vice T-shirts. I'm sure hold special place in people's hearts, especially since so many of them were won and given away. I like the what's the vector game for one of the first spring series tournaments, the blue and the gold one. I like that one because it came with one of my first I was trying hard money tournaments in here at Free Play Spring Series with Garu Mark of the Wolves. And that was I think the spring series when Ultra Combo came out to win free money, and then Rizwan shut him down.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was that tournament. And then we had Hakuto from Mexico coming out as well.
Yeah, that's when things really started picking up as far as the
hey, they know
scene
who we
around
are.
here.
What?
Yeah.
These guys have we definitely pay attention to and know their names. They know this place. So pretty cool. Spring series only 8 months away.
Yeah. Here we are talking.
Start the hype now.
Yeah, start the hype now.
All right.
We'll see you next spring.
Our next segment, not about the spring series.
What?
It's too early, man.
Never too early.
So, why are we doing this thing? Why are we even here? I'm not sure, but we had to do something as far as when we're coming on the air. We had a nice graphic, I'm sure done by Josh Featherstone. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I won't be because I'm not, and I'm not, and I won't, and I'm not. So, great graphics by him, but we started to lab some videos down at the Red Accents Lab. Yes, why are we here? And some rare footage of Michael and I in the lab is available, and I think that our producer has it right now. And let's check it out. There is us doing the Charleston, Mike wearing his patented feather boa, just looking fabulous. Me in the pinstripe suit, and look at us go. I don't know why we didn't use this. That's fantastic. Look at your, that's the floss before the floss even happened.
There are plenty of reasons why we don't use this. Look at me.
Oh, I'm MC Hammer in the flesh right there. Stop. Hammer time.
My legs don't even look like that.
They don't?
No.
Prove it.
I mean, just pan the camera down.
Prove it. Well, so the Charleston was, we just couldn't do it. I mean.
No. It's disturbing. I'm disturbed.
Mike's very disturbed.
No one wants to see that. Why
No-
would they want to see
No,
that?
I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a special guest walking in the room right now. Our artist himself,
Yeah.
Mr. Josh Featherstone.
As he's wondering why we're talking about him.
I think he's
as
here. Is
walking
that him?
by.
I can't tell.
It looks like him.
All right, well, teaser, unbeknownst to even me, is Josh is coming on the show in 2 weeks. So we will talk to our beloved artist.
Yes.
The artist formerly known as Josh Featherstone will be joining the show.
I think he's still known as that.
Back, he's okay. Back to our show. Not in 2 weeks. Right now, we also did another video, I believe.
There's another one. We have more. Why do we have more? Why are we even here?
Yeah, there was 2 more.
No, we don't need more videos. No, we don't need it. We don't
There's definitely some good stuff. Like
No, we don't need that.
oh, the one with 5 letters, last letter being C. He's a meme. Yeah, we need to see that. And then your favorite Valentine Saget, I think is his name.
Yeah. Yeah, to answer your question as to why we're here, basically we just like to poke fun out of each other. For whatever reason, me, I don't know why.
That's why we're here.
But to answer your question, we just like to have fun.
We're just having fun.
We just like to have fun.
We're just having fun here, folks.
We don't take ourselves seriously at all.
No.
If you haven't noticed by now.
Snow cone.
Unofficial. Unofficial, right there. Unofficial nickname. Unauthorized nickname. There's a lot of those of me. There's unauthorized nicknames of me, videos, all kinds of things, you know. And my lawyers are still working on the case to try to get all those purged from this system right here.
I like my jock being rode too, you know.
See? Sometimes I even wonder why I'm actually here talking, because I don't need to be talking.
Oh my gosh, look
Oh,
at you.
dear.
Oh, black and white Chase and colored Mike. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh, that is so solid.
That's
Look at you go. Oh, that is so good. Oh boy.
I mean,
Flipping that dress around. Where'd you get that anyway?
I don't own that.
You don't own it.
No,
You rented it
That
from Blockbuster? What are we doing?
wow. Well, they're closed around here, and they don't sell dresses or
They
rent
are?
out dresses. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, I gotta say though, you definitely look Ricky Ricardo-esque in your picture.
Oh, there's Mr. Josh C.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
up?
Look at that.
Josh C. and Sagat. Oh boy, look at him.
That's wow.
This one we might have to
definitely purge.
This one will appear a little bit in a future theme song, I'm pretty sure. When we get enough footage, this one's getting cut in just a little bit. I mean, come on, it has to. Look at us right there doing a line dance. Super solid. Sagat, the lady, Beltran, got the pretty hair. All right.
I do have nice hair. I will say
Yes.
that about me. You know, speaking of hair, one thing about here we go. Speaking of hair, one thing about my costume when I was Ultimate Warrior as a kid,
Yes.
the Ultimate Warrior symbol. This was back in the early 90s and late 80s when a lot of people shaved designs in your head. I shaved the Ultimate Warrior symbol in the back of my head at that time. It is a good thing there are no pictures to prove that, but that did happen.
Shave the symbol?
I
What'd you do? Did you give yourself like a fade afterward? You have to go bald? You just left it?
Oh, no,
Went
you
back to school with it?
Just left it out and, you know, let it grow out. And, you know, when it was time to get a haircut again, you just come up with another design.
Dang.
Yeah, man. Designs did come back briefly not too long ago also. They kind of came and went. But back then, you know, maybe.
How many Tengen cartridges will it take to get that done again?
Oh, man. Oh, well, I mean, I already have Tetris.
Or how many Beltran bucks?
Those don't carry
oh,
any weight
yep,
at
that's
all.
the same picture I had pulled up. Or mine was a little bit later in the promo, I guess. But yes, there is the Warrior for those unfamiliar. Jim Hellwig, right?
Yes, Jim Hellwig, yes.
Very, so good on the microphone, I guess, although he's unintelligible at times. What a specimen.
Picture of that right there. Yeah, that's cool. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Don't mind me.
What is going on here? All right. Well,
I mean, dude, if you're 10 years old, how can you not like that? That's so awesome right there. That's so awesome. Yes.
the warrior. Well, all right. So why are we here? Let's read the notes. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? Why are we here? Let's start with you. If you want to defer to me, that's fine. But I think you might know.
Yeah. Well,
How'd you get here?
how'd I
What's going
get
on
here?
in this place? Why are we even talking on a podcast in an arcade, not playing games right now?
oh man, I can't wait to play some arcade games once we're done here.
He said, screw you, buddy.
You know, but no.
Sucks.
Yeah, no, but in all seriousness, I mean, why we're here? I mean, you know, Free Play Arcade definitely set the bar high as far as the retro arcade experience. I mean, there's been other barcades that were before Free Play that were cool, yes, awesome in concept. I mean, yeah, you'd go and have a beer, and oh man, I remember playing Pac-Man and stuff like that. But one thing about Free Play that sets all the other ones apart is that, and this is okay, I'll start here. When Free Play first opened, I was telling my friends about Free Play. I was like,
This must be 3 years ago for those unfamiliar.
absolutely,
right? 3 years
yes. Free Play
Over that.
is
probably.
an arcade that happens to have a bar. Whereas other barcades in the area, they are a bar that just happens to have arcades. Here, it's arcade first. And then you come here, you play the games, and then really what set the tone out of all this happening organically was meeting our very good friend, our leader, Chris Delp.
Yes.
He had the foresight to start a community. Like, hey, you guys come here for the love of the games.
Yep.
No matter your skill level, no matter where you're from, you know, he likes to just play with everybody. I mean, arcades are his passion. Games are his passion, you know. And after talking with him, chatting with him, getting to know him, and then, you know, the community group starting, and then coming up here, playing other games, and then meeting other people such as yourself, you know, it just took off.
Yeah.
And the, you know, just the whole, you know, just circle of friends now that have been made throughout the years. It's, you know, it's unbelievable, and it was all organic. And for it to continue to grow like it is, it's really cool. You know, like, I mean, you know, I could go on and on about, you know, my own personal experiences by being involved with Free Play outside of Free Play, you know. Like, it's even affected me, like, I kid you not, at a Golden Chick not too long ago. Like, hey, you're the Street Fighter guy. I'm like, wow, I have no idea who you are.
You got recognized at a
Yeah.
Free Play for your Free Play accolades.
Yes, I was
man.
like,
You're the
wow.
Street Fighter guy.
And I was just ordering some tenders. And someone came up to me, hey, you're that Street Fighter guy. I'm like, wow, who are you?
Oh my gosh.
You know, I was
Weird.
like, man, do I owe this dude money? You know, like, what's going on here? You know,
Wow.
and it, you know what? I'll give a story about you. Like, one of the early Tuesday night fights, you know, where I would help Chris announce. You know, at the time there was another bartender here, Chase, and you were Chase, and the nickname I gave you to distinguish the two was Chase, don't order a drink from me, Cole. You know, because people were confusing the two Chases, like, who
Throwback.
Chase, you know?
Yes.
I mean, that was early on, you know? Things like that. And where we are today with Spring Series and people flying in from all over the globe to play with us, and then just more and more new people coming, casually hanging out and seeing, man, why is all this equipment here? Why are these people talking, you know? And then asking questions, and then we just throw Chris Delp on them, and they tell them about it, and then now they're involved, you know? It's really cool, you know? Even our producer over there, who's also a wrestling fan, we talk wrestling often, you know? I wouldn't have known that. And he's cool.
Nicholas is a
He didn't like to be mentioned on the podcast, but I'm going to mention him. He's cool.
is an unbelievable force in my life.
That's right, you know? That's
I will
right.
not elaborate. I will not tell you anymore.
I'm starting to be concerned about that,
Well,
but, you know. But, yes,
I
tell
think
me your
I don't know. I
your reasons why we're here.
This David Lightman settling in, and
Yeah.
I'm just watching Evil Ryu play Ultra Street Fighter 4 over there. Like at this, I mean that's like one of 30 machines in the world. And we have it here, Richardson, Texas. Bred in Japan, somehow makes it here to this arcade, and your 1 in 30 ratio it still doesn't do this arcade justice of how rare it is of what we have here. It's a tight community. It's an open community that has not remained, the same folks. We got people coming in out of here all the time. Regulars, those that see the stream, members of the community group, everybody's posting. There's so much to do here, and we're inclusive of everybody. I'm sure that we'll get some females on a future stream. We'll talk about how they feel, and I'm sure that none of them growing up would have thought, man, one day I'm going to belong to this friends group, and we're all going to play arcade games together that are retro, and we're going to want to do it, and we're going to want to do it all the time. It's just remarkable what's happening, and goes back to Mr. Delp, who will join us shortly. He's being tapped on the shoulder right now, and he is sprinting over to our soundproof booth.
Soundproof
Cool.
booth, huh? That's pretty cool.
The soundproof booth, yeah, there is plexiglass all around us right here, with the sound of the arcade pumped in for some reason. I don't know why, but
That's how good our production is.
we're gonna
We'll bring him on here in a minute.
take a short break. We're gonna check out a video here as played by the Mr. Producer Nicholas. I'm sure that we're about to love what we're about to see. So stay tuned.
I don't even know what this video is.
This is a surprise.
Is it really? Oh, this. Oh, look at that. Oh. Look at that. Nice little.
And with that, with a Dawson teleport
Yoga.
right in the middle of our set. Dang, what a startling yoga that was.
All right.
We have the Godfather
Sorry, headphone users.
himself.
He teleported just like Dawson here. It's
Mr.
so awesome,
Chris
man.
Delp, I can't believe that.
Wow.
What up, boys?
This pulls up right in the middle of our set. Yes, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining the Red
Show?
Accent Show.
What do you guys got going on
We're
here?
doing a comedy show. It's been fabulous.
That word
Comedy
used
show.
loosely.
Yeah.
Why
by
am
the
I
way.
here then?
Loosely used comedy word here.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe this is better since you didn't hear what we said, but we both just talked about like what this place means to us. What do you think that we said?
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
Are you conscious of
Wh-
your efforts and what it
Um,
would do to a person like me or Mr. Beltran
I
here?
would imagine you feel like reverent to it because it's been opening doors to another part of your life with friends and like just sort of a hinging point of your life. And I think Beltran here just comes around whenever his nuts aren't sore so that he can just get kicked again and again and punched and kicked and
Dick Kick City.
yeah.
I wear cups, sir.
When you come to free play?
It's a free play.
I
the
understand.
time.
I understand. But we kick hard, buddy.
Yeah, bringing
Left
up
one feels
bringing
it.
up the friends aspect. Yeah, I mean, I've told you that story before. Didn't have like a lot of like reliable friends or anything. You know, had some job. I didn't like working with Chad Montgomery. In fact, he knows I didn't like it.
Wow. Okay.
No, he definitely knows.
Harsh.
That's why he doesn't work there anymore either.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
Um,
Okay, so you're saying you didn't like working at the place with Chad Montgomery, not necessarily.
yeah, may or may
with-
not have
May
been.
or may not be.
Yeah, and we had our Christmas party here, and that's when I
I mean,
met.
the clip is out of context and it just says I don't like working with Chad Montgomery. So
Yeah.
that part is sales.
Let's get that clean. I don't like working with Chad Montgomery. So we had our Christmas party here, and that's when I met you, and I'm like, man, this guy's cool, and I
I
began
have
to.
no recollection of the actual date we made. I know Chad introduced us.
We played it. No, we held this high score for a long time. We played Turtles in Time.
Right.
or
We
no,
still have it.
We still have the Turtles in Time team score. Really?
Yes. Yes, we do.
Wow. Okay.
Because the idea behind that was Nelly got robbed of the Black Widow score by Nelly is Chad's wife. Nelly got robbed by. She submitted the high score, breaking Beltran's score, and then somebody else is like, "Oh yeah, that's me on top of that." And it's like, well, I mean, you didn't submit the score, but I mean, there it is. So I talked to Nelly, and I'm like, okay, look, we're just gonna give this guy the score because he did score higher.
That night, really? This was that night?
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Now you-
and Beltran will go back and beat it anyway because he has the cheat codes. But
You haven't played.
we will set a
Turtles in
team
Time.
high score that will just never be touched. And
Yeah.
that was sort of like the
I remember that, yep.
concept. And so yeah, you were in on that team. I remember the game, but I just don't remember like it was just like
Yeah, we made you play Raph.
Chad
I
and
think I was Mike.
yeah. Well, nobody wants to play Giraffe because he has no reach.
Yeah, no reach. He's
So-
the fastest though.
Yes, I taught myself to play the game with Raph, just for such occurrences.
Oh my gosh.
So
And we still have the score. What a throwback. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the first night. The arcade, kind of the same layout as we have right now, except for like 8 versus cities basically over there.
yeah, the cocktails have moved around a little bit. They put a stream booth dead in the center of where we all try to eat, and they moved back the line. So there's like more room between the lines. In those early days, I know Mike remembers this, you would try and play Street Fighter in the middle, and like you'd be nut to butt with everybody.
Oh, right.
And it would
yeah.
just
It feel uncomfortable at times.
like
Yeah.
you would be like this with the person behind you, and that's all well and good.
Yeah.
But
we stopped coming on weekends.
but
yeah.
but then there would be people trying to like cut through in the middle, and it just wasn't happening.
Yes.
So the spacing is much more elegant.
Yeah, this place is like arcade science for
Yep.
sure.
That's true.
It's
No, there's a
beautiful
lot
here.
of thought that goes into Free Play Richardson. And we have some games in Free Play Arlington as well.
Well, and that was probably maybe even in the days when they didn't even have the drink rests there on the side. You just had all the machines like probably next to each other.
Yes, that's
That was a-
former bartender Chase Hoskins' dad.
Oh my gosh.
Made and makes all of those.
Nice.
There you go.
Ah, super
So we-
throwback.
So we have a new Versus City,
Wow.
and it doesn't have a little drink thing right next to it. Now, of course, you can just do the traditional thing that Sean Crane does and put it right on the marquee.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not the marquee. What is it called? The bezel. Whatever.
Control panel.
Yeah.
Boozle buzzle. All
Right. You just do what Sean Crane does. But we don't have an actual like extra like small drink holder right there. But that's because, you know,
Right.
we gotta get Chase Hoskins' dad to make it. Shout out Chase Hoskins.
Well, solid
That's
lore.
twice he's been
When did
mentioned
you
tonight.
meet Mike? What happened there? Did you know Mike before?
Oh my.
Okay, so
Here we go.
In the early days, I was always
Here we go.
doing my community building thing, even before the group. So we were playing Street Fighter 2. I don't know if it was Street Fighter 2. I know we like the first time I remember you coming over to my house was Mortal Kombat 2.
Yes.
But we would play Street Fighter, and this is Hyper Street Fighter.
Yeah, yeah, the one with all the shenanigans and
Yes.
modes and everything. Yeah.
And the first person that I remember like really like practicing with, I remember like Jarrett Slagle was here, and he still plays today, and he was awesome with Blanca.
OG.
Then there was a Honda player who was also a breakdancer that I can't really remember his name right now. I would play with him, and I would actually like message with him, and like we'd meet up at the arcade and like let's be terrible together.
Yeah. Nice.
And then there was a Sagat player,
Hello.
and you know I remember his name. It was Mike.
Mike.
He seemed really amenable to keep playing and learning the game, and that's what we were all idiots back then. And we all knew how to throw fireballs and uppercuts, you know, from second
Yeah.
grade. Some of us, our games haven't progressed since then,
Of
but
course.
like we all knew that. So, yeah, this guy was a part of the early community group, and he's like, I was out there and I was playing that Blanca guy and also the swole Latino dude. So that was literally Snowcone's first
Unofficial nickname. Uh-oh. Here we go.
oh man, I need a hug. I need a hug.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
here
bring
we
it
go.
in. Bring it in.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's Buck Nasty, the headless Buck Nasty right there.
Buck Nasty. What's up, brother?
So yeah, that's swole Latino dude, and he never went away.
Got him on the face.
Swole Latino dude never went away, but he did get his name.
live TV, folks.
Michael Beltran.
We are live.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He got me.
Notice he only
You guys-
kisses me.
You guys think he's far gone. That's his first Miller Lite. You roll up to Free Play Richardson and get here before 11, you'll see a whole different, even more friendly
Oh, boy.
Buck Nasty.
That's going on the intro video, too. Mark that.
Notice he only kisses me, which is fine.
I mean,
Chokes me
celebrity.
out. That's my guy right there.
Wow.
That was someone with Orlando, right? Celebrity status?
Why is Michael Beltran a celebrity?
Yeah.
I am not a celebrity.
Something with Orlando that I recall.
Oh, yes, you're correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So we did.
Sorry.
That damn child of mine.
Yes, we did ticket stock. Or actually, this is before I worked there and, before Beltran was DJ. Before Free Play Arlington was a thing, but we had the games. Orlando was hired. They did ticket stock representing Free Play Orlando with that Wish We Were Open To shirt. And they had
Free
a
Play
special
Orlando.
charity event on Atari football. And Orlando, if you've ever played him, is 100% invincible at Atari football.
Right.
He has buried Michael Beltran in that game so many times. It's ridiculous.
I let him win.
But they had a challenge where it was like, if you beat Orlando, we'll donate, I think it was like $100 to charity or something like that.
Yeah.
And if he played, because there's celebrities at ticket stock, quasi-celebrities like radio hosts, sports celebrities, things like that level. If you play Orlando and you're a celebrity, then we're donating $100 for that as well.
Oh,
So
right.
he marked down, when he plays with Jerry Rice and when he plays with the radio hosts as
Nice.
celebrities. And, of course, he writes Michael Beltran, celebrity. And that was all we needed.
Oh, my gosh.
That was all we needed. It did not leave ticket stock before it was a thing. And what was really great is, like, if anybody knows a bit, it's the guys at the ticket.
Yes.
So they're instantly, like, piling on. The radio hosts on the ticket are piling on. Oh, he's the celebrity. The passers-by are catching on. Oh, it's a celebrity? Oh, it's so great to finally meet you. Like, they didn't even know what Free Play
You're
was.
making this face. That's got to be a top free play moment for you, though, man.
I mean, well,
Yes.
for those of you who don't know.
think about the aftermath. Think about that day. Think about how it made you feel.
Well, real quick, I'll get to that. For those of you who don't know, the Ticket, they are a local sports station here, very highly rated. So there were a lot of people at this event.
I'm going to see if I can send a picture of that to our producer, but we'll see.
What doesn't help, the fact that even when all this was going on, I actually do work for part-time one of the members of the Ticket radio staff, and I DJ at his local bar establishment called Twilight Lounge.
Yes.
It's going to be under Beltran Bragg 3 in 1 week.
No, that is not.
Oh, it's not in there yet. Okay.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. He just said it. He just said it. Literally 10 seconds ago.
And of course, with him seeing me there, involved with you guys, Danny Bayless is his name, of course. That did not help matters at all with this guy next to me. He just saw that football, picked it up, and ran for a touchdown with it in his head. So, yeah, unfortunately.
Touchdown. We based our entire offense around that, sir.
And we have yet to win a game with it, too. How about that?
Does he have your autograph?
Hey, man, you got to keep trying.
Doesn't-
You make 0% of the shots you don't take.
My autograph on his nipple.
That happened. See, we won some.
That actually does not pertain to anybody at the Ticket. That actually pertains to
The other one resides on a person's nipple that lives in Houston.
that is true. That part is true.
Oh,
I have a funny story to tell you about that when we
wait.
go off
That's
the
the
air.
serious story, and you have a funny story about that.
Yeah, that's for off air. I'll tell you that here in a minute.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But,
Uh,
I do like the Beltran clause.
oh my.
uh,
Stupid.
well,
That's so stupid. Oh, but yes. While Chris is frantically looking for something on his phone, one of the things I
I
did.
mean, I'll answer questions.
Yeah,
I'm here for the show.
we
Yeah,
got
of course.
time.
Yeah.
We got time.
Yeah, one of the things I did bring up before you got here was just your overall love of the arcade community, the arcade games themselves, how all of us essentially grew up in the arcades, and you essentially forming the community group. Talk to us about, what gave you the idea to start a community group here, to have
it's-
people interact all the time?
It's really multifaceted. I listen to the ticket a lot, so things like this show with the drops have a deep, like ingrained sense in me. The way the ticket builds communities with making everybody a part of the group, right? That was always an inspiration. That's sort of this, but. I lived outside of UT Dallas for about 7 years, and I would host game nights with my best friend with all the local college students. We would run quasi tournaments on nonsense games, and we would do it weekly. We had a overall championship system with points that would have people keep coming in. This sounds like the Hall of Fame. It very much is the prototype version of it. So we did this for years. Had all the college kids over, all the tourney locator guys back when they were in college would come over to my place. Yes.
Nice.
So, I had that background. I had always dreamed of having a specific local, because I knew them for friends of friends and whatever, and we got in that way. But I wanted to do something around a business that was a local gaming community. And in my head, it was always a GameStop, because there were no arcades. They had gone away. I love head-to-head gaming, like local gaming. So I actually started playing Magic the Gathering for about 6 months, a year. It was okay. There were no women anywhere at all. So that was hit and miss. But I got to play locally, and then the arcade came back. And the moment Free Play opened and I walked in here, I was like, this is the one. This is the one where, because I was expecting an arcade to open up by my house, right? I saw the signs. I didn't think it would be the best arcade in the country.
Oh, yeah,
Right. It was serendipity, and I knew they didn't have time for it. They didn't have time for they were fixing the machines and making sure they were having a well-maintained and curated arcade with all authentic hardware in a place in a time when that literally did not exist, and they were having the best craft beer lineup they could possibly do. They had no time for events. They had no background in events other than throwing parties. But as far as tournaments, fighting games, arcade culture,
wow,
they were just jumping in, right? They weren't even jumping in. They weren't even interested. They would just let that be what it was. And I went to Corey and I was like, look, you guys are obviously busy. You're doing great things. I want to make a community group on Facebook. I want to invite you and every employee, and I'll do, if I do a challenge or something, then you guys are all welcome, because it's not it's not a Free Play official thing. But if you ever need to put the kibosh on it, you don't have to formally give me a cease and desist. It's yours.
Did you know it would go official?
Absolutely not. I had no plans to do any kind of this was not going to be a job.
Still working full time, something else.
I had no interest. I still have no interest in high scores. World records weren't really anything was. If people were interested in it, then I was going to try and do it. This is one of our first streams. It was on Twitch.
Breakout? What is that?
Yeah, this is our tournament Arkanoid.
Arkanoid, that's right.
What this is, yeah. Yeah, one of our very, very first streams with the actual streaming laptop. I had done some previous streams with just my phone, literally holding up my phone as if I were Karate Champ. But
nice.
This is the one where they stopped me aside, and this is where they finally said, you know what, Chris? We understand you don't work here, but maybe considering you represent over 1,000 of our players, we just don't want you to have to pay the entry fee anymore. Up until then, I was paying my $10 to get in every time, and I thought that was the greatest thing in the world.
Yes.
I get the run of this place, and life has gone really weird since then.
All right.
Boy, has it. Jeez. Here I am.
That is still
traveling.
a great shirt there from Doug Galt.
Is that Doug? Yeah.
Yeah, that's our original top Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Mappy was in Richardson?
Yes, sir. That's one of Corey's 2 favorite games.
Yeah, I know it's
There's
Arlington.
the monopod. That thing came out last week.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
Well, we can't thank you enough for what you do. It's changed our lives.
I mean, we're
definitely
gonna have a
changed
3-hour
mine.
Q&A. I got answers. Man, I got so many stories.
Oh, boy.
We'll have to.
I bet you do.
We'll have to book you
So
in
do
the
I.
future. We knew we wanted to jump off the first official episode of the Red Accents with our good buddy and leader Mr. Chris Delp. Give him a round of applause.
Yay.
Mike's not clapping for the record.
So,
I'm
so many people here. Thank you.
I said yay.
Thank you, audience.
Yay. Look at that. Look, see?
Wow.
He's
Okay.
waving to all the
Yeah.
all your
All right, Buck
adoring
Nasty's
fans.
looking to take his shirt off. This is uncomfortable.
Oh boy.
Is he?
There's so, just look right there. There's some things you will never be able to unsee.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Where's
he's he's behind me.
Oh, classic.
No, that's
okay.
that's Ray Upshaw.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
that's not Buck Nasty.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to get your eyesight checked.
Yeah.
Next week on Red Accents, we'll get an eye doctor
Oh,
in here.
nice.
Next week, don't think so. But we'll be back, what, 2 weeks? We do this every 2 weeks? Right?
When we
mean,
can, yeah, frequently when we can.
Every 2 weeks, something comes up.
You
Sure, we'll-
live like 5 hours away.
We're
Shouldn't
5 hours
shouldn't-
away.
Shouldn't try to be monthly.
I work in Rockwall, so I can, get over here in about 30 minutes. But yeah, I got an hour drive ahead of me.
Via satellite.
Got a little boy to head home to. So we'll get out of here.
Thank you for joining us, folks. Any last words for you guys before we sign off?
'Twas beauty that killed the beast.
Just
We'll go with that. All
thanks,
right.
man. This is the reason right here. Well, thanks to Beltran, Chase
thanks,
Cole,
thanks for all you guys have done as well.
Snowcomb. Well, thanks, man. Yeah.
Unofficial nickname.
We just sauntered a microphone up in front. We didn't even ask Chase to do it, although I was hoping that people would like go on, right? It was just like literally a microphone in front of you. Like, oh, you guys can talk on it if you want, and you just took it over and did play-by-play.
Yeah,
And then
and
Beltran ignored you.
now I'm getting
What?
gigs and such doing that. So yeah, it's been a game changer for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
All hobbies considered, maybe professionally one day.
Yeah, you never knew that one day you would meet the celebrity Michael
My
Beltran.
quote was, "Man, I
And you're
heard
doing
there
a show
was-
with them now.
my
It's like
quote
when
was-
Michael Irvin had that show.
yeah,
And you get to be the host,
yeah."
with the
and
playmaker.
He's Frito for sure.
Mike B.
Nobody knows who Frito is.
That's a joke that for 5 people.
Yeah,
Well,
it is.
3 of them are at
Three
this
of them
table.
are
Yeah.
broadcast.
Wow, that's so crazy.
The quote was, "Hey, I heard there was gonna be some sick commentators tonight, but I didn't know it'd be me
Right.
for the Red Accents."
Hit the theme, Expo.
We'll see you next time.
Another joke for
Mike,
5.
start your comedy routine.
Don't have a comedy routine.
So bring it back to me real quick.
Some well-timed spam there.
Red accents, red accents, red accents.
That's important.
This is the only time I'm going to do this.
Red accents, red accents.
See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.
That's important.
Don't be like me and buy $150 Nikes that you only wear like once a year. Packland is for casuals.